Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about evolution, and we have basically two different options here. We have the Bible, and we have Darwin's theory, and they still call it a theory because they don't know if it's true. It might be true, it might be false, but they call it still a theory. So, and we have the Bible, which can be tested in scientifically, and it's never been proven wrong. And we have Darwin, which for I think it's 150 years it's been along, and they have never proved it yet. There are no proof that this is true. For example, they can never, not even in a lab, and they can do a lot of things in a lab. If you watch YouTube, they can do like these things, but they never have a monkey, for example, who has a human child. Not even once they have done this. And they say, oh, it's proven. No, it's not proven. Give me proof that I can see with my eyes. Until they do. Okay. So Darwin said that everything, all the complexity and beauty and order we have now, it comes from nothing. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And also, that it has no point. You see, everything, you can do anything that you want. And to understand a little bit where this is all coming from, you have to kind of understand where languages come from. Because in the beginning, as the Bible tells us, there's only one language, like God's language. When he comes down, so this is kind of the language he uses. And everybody's speaking the same language. And the guys are building this giant tower to heaven, the Tower of Babel. And God sees this and says like, oh no, I am deciding who comes to heaven and not. So this, you cannot build this tower. And he kind of thinks about, how will I stop this construction? And he knows, like, because he's very smart, of course, he knows that it's very hard to build something if you cannot communicate. So he comes up with the idea of the different languages. And here you can kind of see the brilliance, the intelligence of God, because sorry, because the concept of language was not even invented. There was nothing like this. Everybody was speaking the same language, and God came up with all the languages, and he kind of infused the languages in all the workers. Like, so one worker was like, could you bring me that plank over there because I'm gonna build this heresy tower here? And the guy was like, men jag vet inte, vadå? Du pratar om en planka, men jag fattar inte vad du säger. And so they couldn't complete the tower. So at that point, he made all the languages, like English and Brazilian Portuguese, and all these languages were kind of made on the fly. Because, not on the fly, he was of course planning it, but for us it was very quickly. And at that point he kind of had the plan, because he knew that this idea with the evolution were gonna come up and kind of try to hit him. And that he put together the languages, so the English language, so that the word evil, it's even a part of evolution. If you kind of think about it, it's because it kind of changed during the time. The vowels change, and so at that point you kind of realize that he wanted it to be obvious that it's fake. This is kind of the third part of this video, where I conclude everything we have been talking about here, and why is evolution, not because evolution is not correct, but you can believe that it's correct, and why this leads to a lot of problem. Because if everything is random and there is no point to your life, which evolution basically says, because there's not the love of God in it, then you can do whatever you want. And it's very easy to see that this leads to very bad behavior, because you can go to any person in any country. Like in Sweden, we're kind of confused now because there's a lot of people trying to say that we don't believe in God, but we kind of will get back to the way, because it was much better before, because we had more people who were believers. But if you, for example, you go to US or some other good Christian country, if you go to the prisons and you go to the worst people, the murderers and the rapists and you ask them why they basically all Christian. They're basically all atheists, because they hate God. And you ask them, why did you do it? And he's like, oh, because there's no, I wouldn't be sent to hell if I did it, because there's no hell, because I'm a Darwinist. And you're like, yeah, but you see, if there's no afterlife, what is the point in behaving good in this life? And this is the problem. This is the fundamental problem with evolution that people don't seem to get. It's very easy. I'm telling you, this is how it is. Okay, thanks. Thanks for watching this. If you have something you want me to bring up, I will discuss it and I will prove that I'm right. Just send me a message. Thanks.